Kinsey Schofield here, and welcome to Recollections May Vary, a royal recap. Of course, I'm with Maureen Callahan of The Nerve. Maureen, I honestly was worried that there wouldn't be anything for us to talk about today, but then Meghan Markle insists on telling us she took her kids to Disneyland and she posts a new Instagram video. I think she missed us more than we missed her.
I thought we did this already. I thought we took that trip to Disneyland where we didn't show the children's faces, but we somehow are trying to convey that the children are having the time of their lives.
Through Meghan's faces, she shows us her like giggly over them. It's like so weird.
Well, it's all the ultimate narcissistic move, right? I mean,
Yeah.
these kids, in my opinion, their mother is a malignant narcissist. We got a photo dump of Harry and Meghan standing very close together and smiling at each other. And so I totally believe, Kinsey, that everything's fine and we're all wrong out here in these streets.
Yeah, everything's okay. Everything's fine. This is the picture that really annoyed me. Meghan, her child is meeting a princess, but we're seeing her losing her freaking mind. Everything is just so fake and orchestrated. Everything is so over the top. I mean, cringe is the only way to describe it. Also, why is she wearing the exact same outfit? I guess she wants us to like celebrate her and applaud her because the Princess of Wales sometimes rewears outfits. But it's like you said, it looks just like the last time we look at us meeting the Star Wars guys by what appears to be the dumpster. Uh,
Echoes of Harry haplessly ringing doorbells in London and the
yeah,
refuse bins
exactly.
behind him. But if you look at that first photo,
Yeah.
what's really telling in the framing of that photo is look who's in the center of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Meghan. You
Mm-hmm.
know, her daughter is practically blending into the princess who's kneeled down. And by the way, if you ever get the privilege of taking little kids to Disney World, like Disney World really does nothing for me, but like taking my goddaughter there and like
Yeah.
watching her experience the characters in real time as a child, there's something so incredibly sweet about it.
Yeah.
And them being starstruck, you know, there's nothing in it for you other
Right.
than like like this sort of vicarious joy you experience. It's very pure. And again, Archie has been dragged from the shadows. And the headline here is this is a joint birthday expedition. I'm sorry, but especially when you're a little child, you don't want to do a joint anything. Why can't her birthday or his birthday just be for them? Why?
Well, do you remember last year we criticized them because all Archie got was a post and they appeared to have taken a trip for Archie's birthday. And so we got a picture of, I can't remember where, but we got a picture of him on a balcony. But then there seemed to be two parties for Lily. And so
Mm.
we were criticizing them last year saying, why did Lily get two parties? And so I think that's why she's changed the language to joint birthday celebration at Disneyland for these two. But you know how you were like, have we seen this before? I was like, I've literally have seen this before. So I scrolled to the picture of them on some patio or whatever. Megan's clinging to Doria and Lily has her freaking shoes off again. I'm sorry. That she wasn't wearing shoes last year when they took that picture where she covered their faces up with emojis. I think that it's disgusting to have your children at Disneyland or Disney World barefoot. I am going to
Yeah.
be judgmental there. I think that that's absolutely gross.
I don't think Megan's very hygienic. We've talked about this before. And kids themselves, they're little petri dishes, you know? They catch and spread germs like crazy. To to have your child barefoot, first of all, it's an affront and an assault to the rest of the rest of the citizenry trying to enjoy a day at Disney World. That's disgusting. It's so disgusting. You know what it makes me think of? That other great moment in pop culture when America knew beyond a doubt that Britney Spears was in crisis. Remember when she was roaming around LA barefoot and there
in
were
in bathrooms, in
and
public bathrooms.
I'm not saying it to be cruel or make fun of her,
No,
but going into gas station bathrooms barefoot and exiting and not seeming to realize how deeply unhygienic that was. That's when we all knew. I think that was before even the umbrella
or
assault
the
on the
haircut.
paparazzi
Yeah.
vehicle or shaving the head, that Britney was in real crisis. And I just say this because, you know, again, Meghan's out here trying to promote herself through as ever as the most elegant, refined, etiquette and hostess expert going. And you know, when you're rolling around Disney in a wrinkled linen shirt and one of your children, a princess no less, a title you fought for, even though you ran in the dead of night
Racists.
from the royals, is barefoot. I find your messaging mixed, and I have no impetus whatsoever to purchase anything you're selling.
Well, let's talk about that next because I couldn't believe this video when I saw it. I thought, who is she trying to fool here? I guess the answer is everyone. So I guess my first observation there is that not the loneliest woman in the world? Do you have any damn friends just walking around? And also, is poor Archie filming this? Like, what's going on?
My favorite is after she plucks a jar of her runny jam, slimy jam, I think was your phrasing. She plucks it from her immaculate cupboard or pantry, whatever you want to call it. And then we cut to Meghan next to the pantry, and she's leaning against her wall, like almost like sighing and closing her eyes in, like, I guess, domestic ecstasy. I don't understand the narrative here. And I don't know who among us regularly experiences domestic ecstasy. You're basically in there going, is this thing expired? Do I risk it? That's what's going on.
Right. And you're like to your point about contradictions, this is the same woman that allegedly wrote a dish soap company at age 11 and said it was sexist to assume women are always in the kitchen. And this is what we're getting from this woman, her frolicking alone around her pantry with making O faces. This one segment really sent me. I'm like, what the I mean, I won't say it. I won't say the bad word, but give me a break. What is this? What is this? Oh my God. What is this? Like,
This isn't
why?
AI. This is too good.
That's
That's
her.
not
That's it
AI?
from the video. Why is she trying to be sexy? Your audience, first of all, you're showing us how to use a bookmark in the first video. That tells me everything I need to know about the IQ of your customer base, that they need directions on how to use a freaking bookmark. Your customers aren't male. Why are you doing that? And that's why I'm like, poor Archie, if he's filming this. What is that move?
I mean, she is the reincarnation of Norma Desmond. It's what we're seeing, the incarnation of Norma as a millennial. You know, she's rolling around that Montecito mansion that they are going to be in arrears for. Okay, she will make Dorit Kemsley of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills look like a financial genius. She's rattling around there with a videographer going, let's catch a surprise moment. It's totally organic and unscripted of me fully made up, reclining on a lounge chair, a chaise lounge or whatever. And you're just going to catch me, you know, with my hand to the nape of my neck. And I'm looking over at you, and I'm in repose, and I don't understand the point of any of it. I mean, this is really what this is a frustrated would-be spokesmodel for, like, the House of Dior, who, you know, we all know she put that rumor out there.
Yeah, yeah.
The unsourced rumor that Dior was just gagging for Meghan Markle to agree to be the face of the house, and Dior swiftly put out a complete denial. That never came from us. We're not looking for this trick.
Not
That's
not
what's going on.
Not only that, but they've gone out of their way. Remember, immediately after that rumor started circulating, they secured the girl playing Catherine from The Crown to be like middle finger. And now every time I see Queen Camilla, I mean, Queen Camilla's even adopted the Lady Diana bag. Queen Camilla's carrying Diana's old hand,
Oh, I have many thoughts about that.
Oh, go for it.
I think that I don't like it. I think it's
It shook me to my core, but I'm also kind of like Harry and Meghan. This is horrible to say out loud. Harry and Meghan have tarnished Diana in my eyes. I'm so sick of their version that doesn't match who Diana really was. That I think I would have been angrier about that holding Diana's bag 6 years ago than I am today.
I actually, Harry and Meghan's attempts to adopt, I always say it, if Meghan could, she would skin Diana's corpse like Buffalo Bill
Mm.
and wear it. But I take what Camilla's doing completely independently of anyone. And that action alone, I can absolutely see why William and Harry had such difficulty accepting Camilla. And, William has to do it, but I would be aflame with indignation. That is something. Dior named that bag after her because Diana loved it and carried it so often.
Hmm.
And it's a sacrilege. It's a bit of an FU. I think it points to warring factions between Charles and Camilla and William and Catherine.
Hey everyone, Kinsey Schofield here, and I want to tell you about today's sponsor. It's a total game changer, Peak's Liver Detox Protocol. You may not know it, but your liver handles a lot: energy, hormones, digestion, and even your mood. But with all the stress and toxins from everyday life, it needs some love. Forget harsh cleanses. Peak delivers gentle daily support inspired by traditional Chinese medicine. Their routine uses two simple blends. The first is a warming turmeric mix with cinnamon and black pepper, designed to help the body absorb it better and support the liver while calming inflammation. The second is a ginger and cinnamon blend that helps with blood flow, digestion, bloating, and immune support. The magic is how they work together to activate and flush for better digestion, stable energy, less brain fog, and that light, clear feeling. My energy is consistent, my skin is clear, and less bloating. That's Peak, where spirit meets science. Redefine your standard of health, secure 20% off your order, and begin your intentional wellness journey today at peaklife.com/Kinsey. That's PIQUE life.com/Kinsey. Thanks so much. Yeah.
What do you hear about the reports that William wants to basically turn Buckingham Palace into a museum?
I
And
believe
and
that's true. And
I
that
love
is,
that idea. I
that
think
would be
that's a
so
really
cool.
smart idea.
Yeah, there nobody likes living in it. The Queen hated living in it. The second she could, she went and lived in Windsor
Hmm.
because nobody enjoys living in that. It's a very there's mice, it's like it's a very bizarre space.
Again, the peaks behind the curtain, right? It's a to heat in the winter.
Yeah.
It's enormous. It's expensive. It's
Andrew would
old.
take
It's
it. Andrew would
drafty.
love to have his space back there, I'm
I'm
sure.
sure he would. What do you hear about Andrew?
Um, I mean, my understanding is that that's where Fergie will end up, whether either one of them want her to or not, because she's running out of options. So in
She'll
that
end up
small,
where?
she'll end up with Andrew at Sandringham, and so he needs to enjoy that temporary absence of his ex-wife while he can, because ultimately that's where she will end up, because she's running out of friends and favors, hopping all over the world trying to avoid the press.
Did you catch the extract in the Daily Mail? I think this is the Andrew Lowney book that Sarah Ferguson had, according to his book, a years long sexual affair with Sean Combs, and that Sean Combs said behind Sarah's back that he couldn't wait until her daughters were of age.
Yeah, I Diddy's denied that, but he would deny it because there's a
Oh, I
chance.
totally believe it. Then Sean Combs said he didn't do it. He didn't
Yeah,
do it. I mean, we
there's
only
a
all saw the beating video of Cassie. He said it.
he didn't do that
Okay, that
either.
was a misunderstanding. Okay.
He has a chance of being released early, so I think that the objective there is to not be associated with a Jeffrey Epstein headline in any way, shape, or form, because he really thinks that he has a chance of that early release. But he's been obsessed with royalty forever. He wanted to be the king of, hip hop. He wanted to be the king of Ciroc. He wanted to be the king of Sean John. Um, he desperately tried to meet Queen Elizabeth. He wanted a photo with Queen Elizabeth. So I that doesn't surprise me. And Fergie, nothing she does surprises me at this point. I know I have a limited time with you. I wanted to ask you about this piece in the Daily Mail, the four powerful women who won't let Meghan fail. I mean, I literally looked through that list and thought, this is bogus. But the one piece I took away, or the one part of that article that I really felt reeked of truth, was the idea that Meghan Markle has been quietly working on this autobiography. That is one part of I mean, do I think Shonda Rhimes is a ride or die for Meghan Markle? I truly don't. She's posted one thing about Meghan Markle in the last 6 years, I believe. I think there's enough Bridgerton to keep Shonda busy. But when it comes to this piece, a publishing insider told this author, Dominique Hines, that Meghan is doing voice notes on her phone at 1 a.m. She's written multiple journals, structured reflections. She's been documenting everything since before Megxit. Meghan has said something similar in The Cut, that she found a journal in Frogmore. And then we also know she told The Cut she has not, or she never signed an NDA with the British royal family. The value of the material is obvious, says the article. A memoir from Meghan would not just be a book, it would be a multi-platform event with global publishing rights, an interview special, and a streaming component. That too reeks of the way Meghan thinks to me. That description right there, that she thinks this is going to just be so much material. And now Netflix is going to care again. Spotify might even swoop in again and say, we made a mistake. We're so sorry, Duchess. You're so brilliant. And then, of course, the sit down, which it says Oprah's one of her ride or dies in this. So maybe Oprah gets interview number 2. They say it's expected to be bigger than Harry's Spare, which sold 1.4 million copies on its first day of release. There's some other stuff about how Meghan is trying to be careful regarding the timing because she respects Prince Harry trying to make nice with his family. We've been saying this forever, that the book is just, that's like the ultimate, I have nothing left in me, I guess. I need to do the book because I've run out of options. Did you read this piece, and what was your takeaway from it?
I read bits and pieces of the piece to get the general gist, which is very easy with Meghan. We all know what the gist is. She just needs to tell her story one more time. And then the rest of us will get it and will like her. We know she's a diarist. I don't, this multi-platform stuff with the Oprahs and Ted Sarandos' wife, who we at The Nerve have incredibly solid reporting that Nicole Avant hates Meghan.
Wow.
She hates her. Okay. This is the last play, the final play. The problem is we know that Meghan is an unreliable narrator, and that's being generous, and that's just my opinion. Harry's book sold 1.4 million copies because it was an unprecedented event. A prince of the blood, that young, had never told all in the pages of a book before, and he had a ghostwriter for the ages who elevated that book into something quite literary. This will not be that. Meghan is disliked. She is a sideshow carnival freak at this point. So you know what most people, I think, are going to do, Kinsey, is save their hard-earned money and rely on the likes of you and I, people who do this stuff for a living, deserve the hazard pay we get, don our hazmat suits, and go in with all the courage we can muster to read and listen and absorb anything else this trick has to tell us.
And my issue with Harry's book too is they didn't fact check it. You're right. Like it's told by an author that is incredibly talented and a great storyteller, not Harry. Mm-hmm. But there are specific moments in that book that historically are not accurate. Harry claiming that he has relatives that don't share his DNA. Harry saying that he was alone at Eton, heartbroken, when he received a call from a random person that his grandmother or his great-grandmother had passed away, when in reality he was literally on a ski trip, photographed on that exact day with his dad. I think, to your point, if his book is littered with so many inaccuracies, imagine what Meghan Markle, Meghan is just focused on her truth, not the truth. And it will give us plenty to pick through and to laugh at and to discuss and to dissect. But if you are on the fence about Meghan Markle, I don't think that a book full of her truth is going to help you land on her side at all. I wanted to tell you, one of the things that really bothered her, according to this article, that she wanted to clarify was the video of her feet up when she was passing the Diana death scene. Like she thinks she can explain that away. Is there any way for her to explain that away?
No. And that's why there are so many of us in America who are waiting for the day William ascends and strips these titles. If Meghan goes ahead with this book, which she will, it's a matter of if not when. The when is as defining and as telling, because when she does this, if Harry hasn't made any sort of amends with his father, no matter how tenuous, that door will be shut forever, forever. So when she does it, will also tell us exactly how much she's trying to hurt her husband.
Ooh, that's a very good point. And sad. Let's
Hey,
see.
you get what you get. He
I
married
know,
her, you
I
know?
know,
She's a
I know.
destroyer, so is he.
The consequences of your own actions. Oh, here's
Mhm.
what the source said. That really stayed with her. The negative reaction to that video that really stayed with her.
So
That
so
sounds like
like
some
all malignant narcissists, we're
therapy
supposed to
thing.
feel bad
Yeah.
because her feelings are hurt. The decent people everywhere found that an obscenity. Got it. Got
Yeah.
it.
She wants to explain the context properly. I'm just like, I got all day. I got
If you have
all
to
day.
explain context, again, this is my thing with her. She wants to be a member of the media. She wants to be above it, but make no mistake, she wants to be a member of the media with her Netflix shows, her podcasts, her book deals, her interviews, her speaking engagements, her online presence, her merching of food and whatever else she's doing over there. So, okay, here's her problem. To be an effective member of the media, you have to be an effective communicator. If you're getting misunderstood for the last 7 years, every time you open your mouth or put another product out, the problem, sister, is with you. You are
Mhm.
not an effective communicator. You have no business in this space. So get out and leave it to the professionals like me and Kinsey.
Wait, can I read you something? I know I'm keep looking at the clock because I don't want to keep you too long. I received the most bizarre email, and so I pulled it after unsubscribing. I pulled it because I just kind of wanted your reaction. I was pitched a psychic, and
Okay.
the psychic sent me a description of Harry's aura, and they wanted to know if I wanted to interview them about this, but it was so off to me that I thought, hell to the no. You sound like the type that are talking that are whispering in Harry and Meghan's ear right now. Prince Harry, this is what his aura reads: instantly friendly and still has an aura of a royal despite his exit. Prince Harry's energy field is very large and quite sparkly, which lends him a can do appearance and attitude. Harry's aura has fluffy edges, which are kind, making him instantly friendly with everyone around him, as it's so easy for others to get close to him. Is it? Ask Montecito Security. The size aura makes him quite charismatic, as it is open and spacious to multiple people who are excited to share his space. The colors in his aura are swirly. I've never not seen Harry as swirly, so this works for me. Mixed and changeable. There are blues for healing, browns for stability. I don't associate him with stability, and white for understanding. Racist. Despite exiting from the royal family, Harry still very much has an aura of a royal. I mean, what? There is not enough ayahuasca for me to understand what I just read.
That's interesting. That's an interesting. I didn't know you could like read an aura remotely. I mean, I believe in that kind of in like energy, and you can get a real sense of people by their
Yeah.
comportment and demeanor and everything like that. I do think that Harry does have that kind of strange magic that like he does. He's when you see him out dealing with people one to one, you see people relating to him in a very open, friendly way. He does have that thing. Megan's aura, I can tell you what the reading is. I mean, it's a dark cloud. She's a downer. She's greedy. She's a grabber. Gimme, gimme, gimme. We're at the polo event. We're trying to grab awards,
Yeah.
trophies out of the hands of actual
Microphones
athletes.
at Kevin Costner's.
Gimme, 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 gimme. It's just a black hole of need and want and grievance and despair and narcissism. It's just a hot effing mess. I mean, I do think when Harry eventually is divorced from Meghan, again, that's a when, not an if. We will get a version 3.0 of Harry. I see Harry really. I think he will live his best life in Africa somewhere, on some sort of preserve. working with animals, doing some sort of charitable work, married to kind of a weather-beaten aristocrat or aristocrat adjacent, and really trying to repair both his image and his relationship with his children. You know, my prediction for the children, Archie's going to be the one to do the memoir
Yeah.
because Archie is the afterthought.
Spare.
We know
He's the
that.
spare. If that's the truth, that's horrible. But you're right. Common sense isn't very common when it comes to our Duchess.
No, I mean, so you know that's my prediction for Harry, and I think if QVC is still around post Meghan's divorce, it might not be. It's in trouble. I think that's really her natural habitat. That will be her landing spot. QVC.
Really quickly before I let you go, I don't know whether this headline is true or not, but it did send me cackling. Meghan Markle underwent humility training ahead of Australia tour. I read the article, some really great quotes. I can't say that Meghan's behavior was so different that I felt like any training happened. Same. I mean, this is the same woman that took pictures with Bondi Beach terror victims and then was shilling those clothing on, those clothes on an app. It's a funny headline. I think she needs humility training. But the very last line says this trip was basically preceded by humility, or more precisely, anti-diva training for Meghan. Love that quote. I just don't know if I saw a change in her behavior to determine whether or not I believe this headline.
I believe she had it. I believe it didn't take.
Yeah.
I believe they did not call it humility training when dealing with her. They gussied it up. But I think it is akin to me. Again, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face that I believe, is a malignant narcissist. You know, the psychotherapeutic field acknowledges there is no treating a narcissist. You cannot treat them. They regard them as complete hopeless cases. And when they do go to therapy, what they're in there for is to to learn more adroitly how to mimic actual human beings who have thoughts and emotions. And anybody who's seen The Sopranos, it is no accident that David Chase ended that series in the final season with Tony Soprano, the mob boss, his therapist of many years, Dr. Jennifer Melfi, having the epiphany that Tony was a psychopath and a narcissist, and that there was no curing him, and that in fact, all of the treatment she had given him had only made him better.
Oh,
So that's who we're dealing. I think Meghan Markle is a dangerous force in the culture. That's why I have no problem talking
regulating.
about her. You know, that people say like, well, why is she such a topic of conversation if everyone is sort of over her? It's because she continues to interject herself into our faces and pretend to be somebody that she is not. And I do think she's a danger. And I think the more we sort of peel the curtain back as much as we can, the better off we all are.
And she takes breaks because she has to pursue money-making ventures, but she does try to insert herself into our political ecosystem. And if you're going to lie about who you are and what you stand for, we don't know what you stand for. Show up, do good. What the hell does that mean? Then we should be critical, or we should hold you accountable, because you're trying to change the way our government functions. And, you're not an honest person. So in my opinion, the lawyers make me stress, in my opinion, I don't trust her. I think she's a very self-consumed individual, and we are just holding her accountable because I think her ultimate goal, aside from being a billionaire, is power. And I don't want her to have power.
I couldn't agree more. Remember those rumblings that Meghan thought she could run for president?
She was buying the URLs. Meghan thought she could run for president.
There are no words.
Yeah.
No words.
All right. Agree with this, disagree. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, after she was done destroying the monarchy, then she
Oh,
was
I
going to
love
run for
that you
president.
wore the black sweater, button-up sweater, and I wore the pink one. Like, we are the angels on your shoulders.
Well, I'm the dark angel
Yeah.
forever.
Agree with us, disagree with us, let us know in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend, and head on over to The Nerve, subscribe to Maureen Callahan, and check out what's going on with Maureen there. Plenty of Stedman. We still haven't found Stedman, so plenty to watch out for over on The Nerve, and we look forward to seeing you guys again very soon. Thanks so much for watching.